What if I told you? The man who made personal computers a reality also gave away billions to fight disease, poverty, and climate change. This is the story of Bill Gates, a visionary who changed not just technology, but the entire world. Bill Gates' name is forever linked to the birth of Microsoft, the company that transformed personal computing and revolutionized the modern digital era. Alongside his childhood friend Paul Allen, Gates co-founded Microsoft in 1975. At that time, computers were bulky machines reserved for universities, large corporations, and governments. The idea that one day every home and office would have its own computer seemed unrealistic to most people. But not to Gates. He had a vision. A computer on every desk and in every home. The journey began when Gates and Allen developed a version of the basic programming language for the Altair 8800, one of the earliest microcomputers. This project marked Microsoft's first step into the software industry. Soon after, in 1980, Microsoft secured a groundbreaking deal with IBM to provide the operating system for its first personal computer. That operating system was MS-DOS, and it became the backbone of the PC revolution. Since IBM was the dominant player in computing, every machine they sold carried Microsoft's software, propelling the company into massive success. But Gates didn't stop there. He understood that computing would only become mainstream if software was user-friendly. That belief led to the creation of Windows, a graphical operating system launched in the mid-1980s. Windows replaced complicated command lines with a simple, visual interface that anyone could learn to use. With icons, folders, and a mouse pointer, the PC became accessible to ordinary people, not just experts. By the 1990s, Windows had become the global standard for personal computers, and Microsoft was a household name. Under Gates' leadership, Microsoft expanded beyond operating systems. The company launched Microsoft Office, which included Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, programs that became essential for businesses, schools, and even homes worldwide. These tools completely changed the way people worked, communicated, and managed information. Later, Microsoft diversified further with products like Internet Explorer, Xbox, and enterprise software, solidifying its position as a technology giant. Gates' management style played a crucial role in this success. Known as a perfectionist, he often pushed his teams hard, challenging them to think bigger and deliver better. He was deeply involved in every detail, from software coding to business strategy. Although tough, his relentless pursuit of excellence built Microsoft's reputation for innovation and dominance. The impact of Microsoft under Gates cannot be overstated. By making computing affordable and accessible, Gates helped democratize technology. His vision literally changed the world, paving the way for the digital age we now live in. Today, whether we use a laptop, tablet, or smartphone, the influence of Gates' early vision is undeniable. In short, founding Microsoft was not just the beginning of Gates' fortune, it was the foundation of a technological revolution. He didn't just build a company. He built the framework for the modern digital world. His dream of a computer on every desk and in every home became reality, and because of that, Bill Gates will always be remembered as the pioneer of personal computing. When people talk about the richest individuals in modern history, Bill Gates' name almost always tops the list. For decades, he was the face of extraordinary wealth, representing what was possible when innovation met business acumen. His journey from a young computer enthusiast to one of the world's richest men is both fascinating and inspiring. Bill Gates became a billionaire at just 31 years old, making him one of the youngest billionaires of his time. This happened largely because of Microsoft's success in the 1980s and 1990s. As Microsoft grew to dominate the personal computing world, the value of its stock skyrocketed. Since Gates was the largest shareholder, his personal net worth increased at a staggering pace. By 1995, he was officially the richest person on Earth, with a net worth exceeding $12 billion. And that was just the beginning. From the mid-1990s until around 2017, Gates spent most years at the very top of the world's richest list, competing occasionally with names like Warren Buffett, Carlos Slim, and more recently, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. At one point, his wealth crossed the $100 billion mark, making him the first centibillionaire in history. But what makes Gates' story unique is not just the size of his fortune, but also how he viewed it. Gates has always been outspoken about the fact that wealth alone does not bring fulfillment. In fact, he has often said that after a certain point, money has diminishing returns on happiness. Instead of hoarding his billions, Gates chose to dedicate most of it to philanthropy, reshaping his image from the richest man to the man who gives the most. Bill Gates is not just a businessman. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest technology visionaries of the modern era. His ability to see the future of computing, long before the rest of the world did, is what set him apart and made Microsoft the giant it is today. Back in the 1970s, computers were huge, expensive machines used only by governments, research labs, or big corporations. Most people could not even imagine owning one. But Gates believed that a day would come when every household and office would have a personal computer. This vision, a computer on every desk and in every home, became his lifelong mission. And incredibly, it came true. One of Gates's biggest strengths was recognizing the importance of software at a time when everyone was focused on hardware. Companies were building bigger and faster machines, but Gates realized that without user-friendly software, computers would never reach the masses. With Microsoft, he developed programming languages and operating systems that made computers accessible, useful, and affordable. The creation of MS-DOS and later Windows revolutionized the tech industry. Windows introduced a simple graphical interface, replacing complicated command lines with icons, menus, and a mouse pointer. This innovation made it possible for ordinary people to use computers for work, education, and entertainment. Gates didn't just build software. He shaped the way humans interact with technology. His vision extended beyond operating systems. Gates foresaw the rise of office productivity tools, leading to the creation of Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, which became essential in businesses, schools, and homes across the globe. These tools changed the way people worked, studied, and communicated, creating a digital culture that continues to dominate today. Another remarkable aspect of Gates's vision was his ability to adapt. When the internet began to emerge in the 1990s, Microsoft was initially slow to react, but Gates quickly recognized its potential and shifted Microsoft's focus, launching Internet Explorer and investing heavily in online technologies. Though Microsoft faced challenges in the internet era, this ability to pivot demonstrated Gates's sharp understanding of shifting trends. Bill Gates is often celebrated as a tech genius and billionaire, but another side of him deserves equal attention: Bill Gates, the author and thinker. Beyond creating Microsoft and giving away billions in philanthropy, Gates has consistently shared his ideas through books, essays, and public talks. His writings reveal his deep understanding of not only technology, but also business, society, and the future of humanity. Gates has authored and co-authored several influential books. His first major work, The Road Ahead, 1995, became a bestseller. In this book, Gates outlined his vision of how technology, especially the internet, would transform daily life. At that time, the internet was still relatively new, and many people didn't fully understand its potential. Gates predicted online commerce, digital communication, and even aspects of today's social media. Looking back, much of what he wrote has become reality, proving how far-sighted he was. In 1999, Gates released Business Cloud: The Speed of Thought, a book that explored how digital information could revolutionize business operations. Here, he described concepts like real-time data sharing, digital collaboration, and online decision-making, ideas that are now standard practices in the modern workplace. Once again, his writing showed not just technical knowledge, but a broader vision for society's direction. Even after stepping down from his active role at Microsoft, Gates continued to write and share his insights. In 2021, he published How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, where he laid out a detailed plan for tackling global warming. The book explained the urgent need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and highlighted technological innovations, policies, and lifestyle changes required to achieve a sustainable future. Unlike many who talk about climate change only in abstract terms, Gates used practical, solution-focused language that made the book widely influential among policymakers, scientists, and everyday readers. In short, Bill Gates, as an author and thinker, reminds us that innovation is not just about machines or money, it's about ideas. And ideas, when shared, can inspire millions to build a brighter tomorrow.